A drone attack near the Abu Dhabi airport killed at least 3 people, sparking multiple explosions in the United Arab Emirates capital. India's ambassador to the UAE, Sanjay Sudhir, has now confirmed to WION that 2 Indian nationals have been killed in the attack at the construction site which had oil tankers.
Yes, so there has been some explosion at the oil tanks of ADNOC, the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. Okay. And in that incident, 3 persons have died. And of these 2 are Indians. We are just liaising with local authorities to get more details on the identity of the Indians. Well, we are in the process of getting more details about who are the 2 Indians who have died in this incident. For us, the top priority at this point in time is to ascertain the identity of the Indians who have died, and also to reach out to their families and provide them whatever assistance is possible.
The Indian embassy is in the process of trying to ascertain the identity of those killed and is coordinating with the UAE authorities for more details. The attack was claimed earlier by Yemen's Houthi rebels. The Houthis are battling a Saudi-led coalition that includes the UAE in Yemen. They have frequently launched such cross-border missile and drone attacks on Saudi Arabia, but has claimed very few such attacks on the UAE. The 3 people that were killed and 6 others were injured when 3 fuel tanker trucks exploded in an industrial area. The Houthis' military spokesperson, meanwhile, has said that the group launched a military operation called Deep in the UAE and would announce important military operations in the coming hours. The UAE had largely scaled down its military presence in Yemen in 2019, and this was amid a military stalemate and heightened regional tensions with Iran, but continues to control through the Yemeni forces that it armed and subsequently trained.
سبق وأن وجهنا رسائل إنذار للإمارات بأنها إذا لم تتوقف عن دعمها لمرتزقة طارق عفاش والذين يحشدون في مأرب وفي البيضاء وفي شبوة فسيكون لنا رد. الآن يبدو أن الإمارات لم تفهم هذه الرسالة التحذيرية، فأرسلنا إليهم رسالة تنبيه واضحة بضرب أماكن ليست بالاستراتيجية كبيرة، ولكنها تنبيه إذا استمرت الإمارات في عدائها لليمن فلن تستطيع في المستقبل أن تتحمل الضربات الموجعة.
Earlier this month, a UAE flagged ship was also seized by Yemen's Houthi rebels. 7 Indian crew members were present on that vessel. The Ministry of External Affairs said that the government of India is making all efforts to secure their early release. Now, to discuss this news development further, joining us live now is AFP News Agency Bureau Chief in Gulf and Yemen, Talik Harris, who joins us live now from Dubai. Thank you so much for joining us on WION at this hour. My first question to you, we're getting reports of a drone attack near Abu Dhabi airport which has killed at least 3 people, including 2 Indians. Yet the UAE government has been very tight-lipped about it. In fact, it is the Houthis who have in fact claimed the attack first. So why is that?
These are still investigating. They're not sure about the exact circumstances. They have said that it was a suspected drone attack. They found some, what they said was small flying objects around the attack, which were possibly from drones. So they are flagging the possibility of an attack without saying without putting it in quite those words. So it looks like it is well an attack, but they are not saying that. The Houthis, I think, have not directly claimed it, or at least anyone in a position of high responsibility with the Houthis. So it is still not entirely confirmed, but it does look very much like some kind of attack has gone on. Although we still don't know if it is an attack, and if so, who did it.
Right. Now, my second question for you, have there been any previous such attacks that have not made it to the public domain, and what lies ahead?
Well, we don't. It's hard to know, really. I don't think so. There have not been any confirmed attacks that I know of in the UAE at all. It's an incredibly safe place. So for anything like this to be happening here is really quite extraordinary. Maybe there has been things that have been happening in the background that have not been made public. which would raise the question of why is this one particularly being made public? I guess presumably because there are deaths involved, and you have to be quite public and quite open about what's happening there. There are occasional instances that you wonder if something else was going on, but it would be pure speculation. And so it's very hard for me to say if there's been anything else of this nature happening before. I just don't know.
Right. Just talking about what the Houthi military spokesperson has said. It said that the group launched a military operation called Deep in the UAE and would announce more important military operation in the coming hours. Are there any details about what this military operation will entail? And is there a fear that there may be more such attacks?
Well, if they're announcing some kind of military operation, then yes, there will be fear of more attacks. And that will be deeply concerning for the UAE and people who live here. As to, sorry, what was the first part of the question?
Right.
Sorry.
Right, Mr. Talik Harris, yes. Thank you so much for all those insights and thank you for joining us on WION at this hour.
Thanks very much.
For more clarity on this news development, joining us now is our principal diplomatic correspondent Sidhant Sibil, who joins us from New Delhi, as well as our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who joins us from Islamabad. Sidhant, I'd like to take the first question from you. We know that 2 Indians have been killed in the drone attack near Abu Dhabi airport. Have they been identified yet, and can we expect a statement from the Indian government on the same?
Well, yes, we can expect a statement from the Indian government very soon. As of now, as you pointed out, the Indian mission is trying to ascertain the identities of the 2 Indians who have died in this incident. But largely, the 7-year-long civil war in Yemen now looks like to have a spillover impact in the wider West Asian region. And there India can be impacted because remember, India has a huge diaspora in the entire Gulf region, and of course UAE. Approximately 3.3 million Indians are there in UAE. In fact, Dubai is said to be the best run Indian city, and now these attacks taking place. This is the second such incident taking place in a matter of 3 weeks, impacting Indian interests. As you pointed out, on 3rd of January, a vessel, a UAE flagged vessel, was hijacked. And the crew members, 7 of them were Indians. India raised the matter at the United Nations Security Council, and the Security Council had issued a strongly worded statement asking the Houthi rebels to make sure that these crew members are released as soon as possible. But of course, more headache for India as the situation in Yemen intensifies and goes bad to worse.
Right, Sidhant, thanks for those inputs. Let's now cut across to Pakistan, to Islamabad, from where our Bureau Chief joins us from, Anas Malik. Now, Anas, it is being reported that among the 3 killed is also a Pakistani national. Any details in the public domain about the same, about the identity, and has the Pakistan government reacted to the same yet?
Well, the details are being ascertained as we speak. Diplomatic sources indicate that the Pakistani mission in Abu Dhabi is in touch with the UAE government, and they are in the process of verifying the details of the Pakistani national who has been killed in this attack. Now, what is pertinent to be mentioned is the fact that in a short while from now, we'll be hearing from the Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs in a statement that is to be issued very shortly, as we understand, as what we've learned from diplomatic sources, and they will be putting out a condemnation as well. As well as that, they are trying to ascertain detail and trying to get in touch with the family of the person who has died. It is being hinted that he can possibly be from the province of KPK. Pakistan has a huge diaspora living in the Gulf countries, particularly in the UAE itself. There are about 2.8 million Pakistanis that reside in the UAE, let alone who have been working, and most of them hail from the areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Punjab itself. Now, with regards to this particular incident, we will be seeing a statement very shortly, but by and large, with regards to Houthi militias attacks against the Saudi or the UAE government or the Emirati installations, we've repeatedly been seeing the Pakistani government putting out statements and condemning the act. Priyanka?
Right, Anas Malik, Pakistan Bureau Chief. Thanks so much for all those inputs, and thanks Sidhant Sibil, who joined us from New Delhi. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.